and His Excellency will go ahead to address us, to tell us why to tell the people of Bayelsa State why he's holding this media chat. Then after that, we now ask 1 or 2 questions. So we are saying,
I greet you all. My good country people of Bayelsa West Senatorial District, that is my good and wonderful country people of Sabama local government area and the Keremon local government area. I greet all of you. Today, I just wanted to use this opportunity to thank all of you for the massive outpouring of support and solidarity. First, from February, when the seat of the senator of our senatorial district became vacant, a number of our people called on me to indicate interest, and I have since received endorsements from virtually all critical players and sectors. And for that, I remain humbled, and I thank and appreciate all of you for that. Today, as you know, in 2 days' time, we'll be ready for elections. We're going out for elections on Saturday. And I thought I should touch base with you all to thank you for all the groups that have come to me, that have even told me, no, we know you, you don't have to tell us anything about you. We know your record of service. We know your patriotism to our people. We know your your capacity, and all of that. And I feel humbled. I just thought I should use this opportunity to thank all of you. You know, no one is perfect. Certainly I'm not. And for all of you to invest this level of confidence in me humbles me. All right. So I just thought I should thank all of you and to tell you what you already know about me, which is in any opportunity given to me, I try my best to discharge my responsibilities and duties. And I've never failed my people and never will fail my people. So all of you should get ready on Saturday in all your units, in all your communities, in all your wards, in the both local government areas, and ignore the antics of those who do not mean well for our people. Ignore the antics of the APC and their purported candidate, whom you also know. You know his track record, just as well as you know mine. Luckily, he himself is not a stranger to the political field. You know that he was in the House of Assembly. You know that he was Speaker. You know that he became Deputy Governor to 2 governors. And you know whether in all these positions he built any roads or even a road to his community. You know. You know very well whether in these capacities he built any schools across our state or even in his community. You know. Did he initiate any school to develop the younger generation and to build a foundation for the future, as I have done, as I did for 8 years, working my brains out from morning till night for 8 years? You know whether he built any hospitals to take care of the sick across our state, across his constituency, and even in his community of Alibri. You know. But I know one thing. He left all these offices with an achievement of building a big hotel, Latik Hotel, for himself and his family. That's all. That's what I know. And it is out there for you to determine if that is the kind of character that you want to represent us as against me. You know my track record as Attorney General. You know my track record as Chairman of Party. You know my track record as a National Legal Advisor of the Joint National Movement. You know my track record as a member of the House of Reps, where I had to represent the state and be a voice and a face for our people, and chaired critical committees, elected twice. You know my track record as your governor. No government, no one governor solves all problems, certainly not even in a lifetime, and not in 8 years. But you know the efforts I've made. You know the efforts. In all sectors, across the length and breadth of our state. But that's not even the main reason that my services are needed at the national level. Nigeria is going through a very trying period. And our people also have a case to be made continually. The case for an egalitarian and equal Nigeria. The case for an inclusive Nigeria. The case for a fair and just Nigeria. The case for environmental justice. The case on how to deepen our federation. The case for a restructured Nigeria. The case for fairness in terms of those who generate resources that feed our country. And standing up for our people. Bayelsa West, Bayelsa State, the John Nation, the Niger Delta, and to collaborate with friends and allies and colleagues across the country to build a more inclusive, a fairer, and a just Nigeria. That's the work that I think I'm very well equipped to contribute my little quota in doing. And a lot of people know so. A lot of people believe so. In our senatorial district, in this state, in the John Nation, in the Niger Delta, and across Nigeria. So the people of Bayelsa West have an opportunity to have someone who will be a recognizable voice and face for our people, to advance these issues at this period that our country is going through very trying times. This country is pregnant, very, very pregnant. And at a time like this, the voice of our people, the issues of our people must be brought to the fore of national discourse. And you trust me, being in the Senate is not about myself or my family, no. Certainly not. But we believe that as long as it has pleased God to give us life and health and consciousness, we have a duty with the experiences that we have gathered in the executive arm, in the legislative arm, and in other spheres. We believe it will be a dereliction of duty of sorts for one to say no when there's an opportunity to continue to contribute. And that's why we're in this race. And I thank all our leaders, PDP leaders in Bayelsa West, PDP leaders in Bayelsa State, leaders of our people, community leaders, religious leaders, traditional rulers, youth and women and opinion leaders. All of them understand that. And that's why we're in this race. I'm aware of the antics of the other side. They do not want progress. They do not want a vibrant voice. They are scared of what is right and fair. They want to continue to collaborate with those who do not mean well for our people and hold our people down. What they cannot do for our people, they are angry when someone else does it. What they don't want to say to defend our people, they are intimidated and scared when someone else rises to the occasion. And I was raised to say no when no is the right answer, irrespective of who is involved. And that is what the John Nation, that is what the state needs. And that's what I'm going to continue to represent. We need people to go to the National Assembly now and collaborate with the government in the states, with all levels of leadership in the states, and harness our potentials, and also have the courage, the network, and the voice to raise these at the relevant quarters at the federal level. And no one in this race can do it better. I am aware of the plans of the other side. Since this race started, while I was busy with leaders of my party, leaders of the campaign team, interacting and discussing with stakeholders and groups, which you know is my brand of politics. My brand of politics is engagement, engagement, engagement. Persuasion, persuasion, and yet more persuasion. The other side has been busy investing in violence, colluding with criminals. And we must call a spade, whether they like it or not. No one is going to stop us from doing that. Instead of networking, instead of talking to people, they are busy calling on criminals, cultists, to invade communities, to invade. Of course, as you know, my own home was also invaded. My residence was attacked, a policeman killed. A leading statesman in our state, in our senatorial district, was kidnapped. And he mentioned those who sponsored his kidnapping. Now, wait a minute, a lot is going on here. And we are not going to allow terrorists and criminals and cultists to overrun and overawe us. We are not going to let them define our way of life. We are not also going to allow them triumph over us. So I want to charge all of you, go out on Saturday in your units, in your communities, and vote. Vote your choice. There is no unit that the APC and their candidate will win in this election in Bayelsa West. There is no community that I know in the entire length and breadth of the senatorial district that they can fairly win. But we know why they are in this race. They are in this race because the leader of the APC, Timipre Silva, wants to sow discord in Sagbama Ekeremo, while he maintains the power-sharing formula in his Bayelsa East, which they didn't change even when they had a sitting president from that senatorial district. They didn't change it. When it was a time for our own local government to have, they just went to that local government, got somebody. And I think all parties fielded candidates from that local government. And they had it done. Until today. The APC fielded a candidate who is the current senator from Nembe, because by their power-sharing formula, even when we wanted our performing Senator Ben Bruce's return, by their existing power-sharing formula, all parties had to respect it. But in the case of Bayelsa West, Timipre Silva, who doesn't believe in obeying the laws of Nigeria, disregards institutions, blackmails institutions, destroys institutions, those he cannot control, promotes violence and terrorism as a political act, just because he's a member of a political party that controls the center. But these things don't last forever. And the hands of the law move slowly, but surely. So he's out there to deliberately sow seeds of discord and insulting the intelligence of the good people of Bayelsa West. This election is not about me. It's about your integrity. It's about whether you are a true son of your parents. It's whether you can answer your father's name correctly. That at a time when an Ekeremo worthy son who is our representative, the Honorable Fred Agbedi, is in the House of Reps, because it's a by-election, Timipre Silva wants to hide under that to sow discord. The candidate in this election is not Paramobowe Baby. Baby is a pawn. It's a tool in the hands of those who want to divide our senatorial district. It's a pawn in the hands of those who want to undermine. It's a pawn in the hands of those who want to destroy leadership. They are scared, they are envious, they are jealous. And they don't want the harmony that currently exists in the two senatorial districts, in the two local government areas. So, if you are going out there to vote, you ask yourself whether you are prepared to surrender the sovereignty and the respect of your senatorial district to Timipri Silva, using the APC and the baby as pawns. That's all. They know what they are doing is wrong. They went to other leaders who have been in APC. The baby will just cross over to APC out of greed. Because his life and politics are defined by crass opportunism. Never by character, never by principle. Nothing is wrong once he stands to benefit from something. And that's not the kind of person you need as a leader to represent our people. No way. And I know you know that. There were people they went to approach. Come, you are an original key member of the APC, come and contest. And some people looked at them and said, no, we don't do that. Thank you. We have an understanding. You go to Sagbama, you will see qualified party members from Sagbama. Give the ticket to any of them, and we'll back our party. They went to several others, they turned it down. Then, of course, a baby, for him, he has seen another smart, clever way to outsmart everybody, to outsmart his people, to undermine his people, so that he can benefit. But we know one thing. Community after community, the good people understand the issues. They know the difference between me and the baby. They know the difference between my track record and his own. They know also the issues at stake. And I have no doubt, even from his party, that he will be rejected, even by his own APC members. A number of them have publicly done so. Some of them are even in court. And I know that at the end of the day, the collective wishes of our people, once again, and the plan of God in our lives and in the life of our state and the John nation will triumph once more. So you go all out there and reject opportunism. Vote for character. Vote for consistency. Vote for principle. Vote for someone who is known to have a capacity to stand by you and defend your cause, come rain, come shine. So these are the issues there. I want to thank leaders of even the APC, those who have overtly and covertly distanced themselves from this brazen insult on our people. And I know that when they go out to vote, the good people of Sagbama Ekere, when they go out in your communities, in your units to vote, you will ask yourself whether this confusion you want to create, ask yourself whether you will be alive and you will have the capacity to continue to correct this and solve the confusion that you are now sowing amongst our people, which will last a very long time. For some of the supposed elders, few of them, who for partisan reasons are saying the kind of things they are saying, even though I know that a number of them back home can't command any vote, they should ask themselves and pray that even from their sick beds, even from those of them, whatever they are, that God will give them health and long life for them to be alive to correct and solve the bad blood, the unnecessary acrimony that they have allowed one man and his own greed to create. If it were some smaller, younger politician doing it, we can excuse it. Say this one is a young man, doesn't know. But for a man who has had the honor of serving as Speaker, occupying an office zone to our Senatorial district as Speaker, under 2 governors, who became Deputy Governor from our Senatorial district to 2 governors, this is not acceptable. And this is why we are very confident, we in PDP are very confident that this is one election the APC and their opportunistic candidate cannot win. How? We don't know of any community in Ekeremo that the APC and the baby will come out victorious with in this election. None. Is it Ekeremo town where the people know the issues and they have consistently voiced their support for what is right? Is it even his mother's place in Ndoro? You'll be shocked. Is it Pretoro, where all the stakeholders are unanimous in supporting what is right? They are not fools. He's not the only wise man in the Ekeremo local government. He's not the only wise man in that local government who thinks that he can take advantage of any situation to do anything or cause any problem once he stands to benefit. He did that when he was in assembly. He did that when he was deputy governor. But the people have known him. Is it even his own community, Alibri, that is resolved? I'm Tarikekerowi of Ali Kingdom. The people know my contributions in that kingdom. They know my thoughts towards them. They know the friendships I've built, the brothers I have made, the sisters I have made, the development I have brought. They know what I represent. Is it any other community? Which ward is he confident that Ekeremo people will go in their communities, in their units, and line up and vote for a silver, a baby ticket in APC? He's not confident of that. But I understand, as some have told me, that, you know, sometimes weather can be rough. And this is some clever effort to get some dough, you know. And for people who do money lender business, this is a good opportunity to get some free money for Akawo business. So people can do that, play games, but this is not an election. An APC and their purported candidate can win. We know the thugs, well, that's thuggery. Anytime it's contesting an election, there must be violence, people must die. Apart from the one they sponsored attack to kill a policeman in my compound, in all my elections, and I've contested more than him, and won all. And this will be no exception. Not one blood. Not by my power, but by the mercies and the grace of God. So we know it's investing only in terror. Talks from across the Niger Delta. And there's none of them going that we do not know. No. So we know who has been brought where. My advice to you all, the young people, and some that are not too young, who are doing what you should do or shouldn't do, is to urge all of you to turn away from this wrong thing that the APC and their purported candidates have brought you to do. Collect the money. After all, it's our petroleum money. Any money from the APC, they are not even bringing enough money. They should be flooding everywhere with petrodollars. Not only during election, they bring small dollars, small money, and then want young people to go and kill and maim for them, and use it to compromise the integrity of state institutions. Anyone that they give you, collect it. It's our petrodollars. And you know who is doling it out, even though sometimes they keep most of it too. So, on that day, go out, vote. We are brothers and sisters. Every life in Ekirimo local government matters to me, even though it doesn't matter to the APC and their purported candidates. Every life in Sagbama local government matters to me, even though he has no respect for the people of the local government. And for those who are, whether from Ekirimo local government, or particularly from Sagbama, in APC, any Sagbama member of the APC should be ashamed of themselves at this insult by Timipri Silva, not even by Baby, that none of you is good enough. In the APC that you people co-founded with him and fought for him more and got more votes even, that you people cannot tell him when he's doing something wrong. Well, for some of us, we were brought up by our parents, particularly my father, raised me to have the capacity to say no when no is the right answer, and to have the right values and principles, and conscience, conviction, not convenience. Life is much more than convenience and comfort. For us, values, principles, character is important. And that's what the purported candidate has failed to show. And I'll give you an instance. Forget about what he did, impeachment in the House of Assembly, and once he benefits something, he will do anything. Doesn't care about issues, but principles. Forget about when he was in PDP with me. He agreed with me when I said Senator Diri was my preferred candidate, our preferred candidate of the party. Told me he was his cousin. 2 days later, he went and became DG of an opponent's campaign because he was offered a jeep. 2 days. Did the primaries, lost. We brought him back to join our campaign, flag off. For those of you who are familiar with the events at that time. And he spoke and danced with us. 3 days later, the same man had announced that he was defecting to APC, abandoned his cousin, who was governorship candidate, who is now seated as governor by the grace of God. To his shame. But I know he has no shame. To his shame, his cousin. How many times do you have your cousin become a governor? When he should be grateful to me and the PDP and the people of Bayelsa. Now he has positioned himself, because Silva wanted somebody that can take a bait, throw the bait. And in our job, we say, when you have a greedy hen, the cock or hen, when he sees charcoal, red hot, it will go and swallow it, thinking it is ripe fruit. That is what a baby and APC are doing. And so that's the type of man. We know what is happening even in the APC. We know the cleavages there. They are not a party in this state. The original founders, those who fought me in 2015 when APC was a party, most of them, they have all been sidelined. APC is a shadow of itself. The only reason the APC has candidates who claim their candidates going around is because they feel that INEC will give them original result sheets to write results. They feel that the federal government will give them security to kill and maim and intimidate our people. After all, they did that in Nimbi, and heavens have not fallen. So why wouldn't they have the guts? Today they were in my local government campaigning. Can you see the shame? You can't go to Timothy Silva's local government in Nimbi to campaign. It's from there. Even his own kith and kin driven away. And I'm hearing some talk of royal pardon. I don't know what it means. But that's for them to talk about, not me. People have been killed. And the laws of our country are silent. So, when characters like that come up, looking at me, looking at our people, looking at the issues, say he's contesting the election, because he knows that INEC will come under pressure to compromise. Because he knows that the security agencies will intimidate and harass and collude with criminals. It's because he knows that elections will not be free and fair. Otherwise, 10 baby join together. 10, not one. Not one with 2.5 credits. 10 complete ones. Know that they don't stand a chance. And so, my good people, I just thought I should thank you for the overwhelming support. We are in touch with our people, and all reports indicate that they are losing miserably. And I want all of you to vote, especially in Nekirimo. The votes have to reflect your anger. The votes have to reflect the fact that you are not in support of what Timothy Silva is doing in our senatorial district. Sapama Nekirimo, but more Nekirimo will wash out. The votes from every community, every ward, must show total rejection of this insult on our people and the attempt to create confusion where there is need for none. Gentlemen, at this point, I will take a few questions. Thank you.